Will there be small farms 10 years from now in American agriculture? That's a question that evokes a tremendous amount of emotion and has gotten a fair bit of attention here of late. Why? Because in mid-May, Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins rolled out the Farmers First initiative, of which a primary objective was to preserve and protect America's small family farms. Will it work, and where will things be a decade from now? I'm going to answer that question, but first I'm going to give you some numbers. $350,000. That's the number it takes. If you gross less than that, you are a small family farm per the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Now, 350 grand might sound like a lot to the average person in an average job environment, but out here in agriculture where our margins are very skinny and operations tend to be quite large, it's very paltry, frankly. What would that equate to here in Indiana where I live? That would equate to 473 acres of corn produced, given current market prices and national average yields, or 636 acres of soybeans. That would make you a small farm according to the $350,000 threshold. Now, most farms in this part of the world would rotate those two, so call it roughly a 500 or so acre operator growing corn and soy or less would be a small farmer. Some other numbers for you. About 86% of America's farms qualify as small. They only produce 17% of the value of all American agriculture. 86% of the farms produce 17% of the value. Conversely, 151,000 farms, or roughly 8% of the 1.9 million farms in America, produce a little more than 2/3 of all agricultural value produced in the United States of America. I'm not making any judgment, I'm just giving you the numbers. We do still have a loss of farms, and that means that there's consolidation happening. That will continue. What do I see happening? I see a bifurcation. I see two categories of agriculture moving forward. Commodity production has always favored size and scale, which means if you're going to be in commodity production, you're going to get bigger, you are going to consolidate, and there'll be fewer farms because of it. Where will the small farms be? In specialty, in niche, in value added, in direct to consumer, in something that makes the consumer feel good. It might even combine with agritourism. Who gets squeezed in the future? The middle, where roughly 5 to 10% of the farms are right now, still producing a fair amount of the value. You're going to see a squeeze because commodity production will go bigger and niche will go smaller. That's where I see things happening in the next 10 years of American agriculture. There will be government programs to prevent that from happening, but eventually economics will probably win out. Damian Mason, I speak all around North America on stages at events about the world's most important industry, the business of agriculture. I also do so right here online. Thank you very much for tuning in.